I'm Nina and I'm this year's GK Club President.
Hey guys, GK Vice President Cal here.
Hi, I'm Yuna, and this is currently my second year as a GK officer.
Hi, I'm Alicia. I'm a junior, and this is my second year as an officer of GK.
And the reason I joined GK...
I joined GK in my freshman year because...
I joined GK because...
So I first joined after my trip in 8th grade and fell in love with GK because we aren't doing short-term change.
Whenever we'd visit the Philippines and would see people on the street asking for money, I'd always look for a better way to help.
The reason I joined GK, it just felt, I don't know, you know those really cliche feelings you get when it's like, you just feel like something's right. Well, for me, that was what joining GK was like.
As a freshman, GK Club was the only place where I really felt like I had equal standing and people were listening to what I had to say.
My grandfather was once an impoverished Filipino until a small organization like GK helped get him out of it.
We're driving long-term sustainable change, building sustainable communities, and breaking the poverty cycle. And I think that's the epitome of genuine service, which is what makes me love GK and our cause so much.
I joined GK in the high school because I'd gone on the 8th grade trip with a few of my friends, kind of on a whim, not knowing what to expect. And I came back just so in love with the club and the cause, and had relationships with not just the people I went with, but people I met there.
Through GK, I've been able to give back to my country and help provide a brighter, more hopeful future to impoverished children.
As soon as you step onto a GK village, you can feel the sense of pride and hope and love and family. And these values extend into our own GK club here at SAS. So the club members, the officer team, they've quickly become my family here.
GK is really one big happy family. One success is a group success.
So you should definitely join the family.
I hope you guys join GK. When you join GK, you'll feel at home.
When I was 6 years old, I broke my leg. And I was running from my brother and his friends, and tasted the sweet perfume of the mountain grass I rolled down. I was younger then. Take me back to when I found my heart, broke it here, made friends and lost them through the years. And I've not seen the boring fields in so long. I know I've grown, but I can't wait to go home. I'm on my way, driving at 90 down those country lanes, singing to Tiny Dancer, and I miss the way you make me feel. It's real. We watch the sunset over the castle lonely.
Everything will always come down to the things that we could love. That's what we are trying to do here, to take care of each other. All the beneficiaries, welcome to the GK family.
These people raise me and I can't wait to go home. And I'm on my way. I still remember these old country lanes when we did not know the answers, and I miss the way you make me feel. It's real. We watch the sunset over the castle lonely. Over the castle lonely. Over the castle lonely.
Never thought that would be the day where we would have our own village.
All the work that we've done is
directly contributing to someone else's dream.
Able to see how much is in store for the future is honestly so inspiring.
The people here are so welcoming and so friendly.
It just shows how these communities are, how much they love and care about each other, and how much they're willing to open their hearts to us.
It reminded me why I love GK so much. We're as invested in them getting better as they are.
It's just one big family.
The fact that we were all working on the same thing all together, that kind of represented the essence of GK.
To make sure that we never forget the spirit of lifting everyone else around us up with us.
When you're very present, you build a relationship. When you're very kind, you give them strength. Loving mind, intelligent heart. Those two things are part of what make up Walang Iwanan, where no one gets left behind.
This is what we do. We are GK.
Hi, I'm Dominique, and I'll be going into 11th grade.
Hi, I'm Alicia. I'll also be going into 11th grade.
Hi, I'm Luis, and I'm going into 12th grade.
Hi, I'm Yuna, and I'm a senior.
And hi, I'm Cal. I'm also a senior.
Hi, I'm Nina. I'm a senior, and we are the officers of GK.
Well, GK, what events does your club hold before quarantine?
I think we are most well known for our annual fundraiser, the Zombie Run. And in our last year, we did the Tri-Filipino Week for advocacy. So, yeah.
Yeah, so just for like the greater SAS community, right? Like the Zombie Run has always been like this annual fundraiser, right? And kind of made our name for it. So we obviously we might not be able to hold it this year, but that's just kind of what we've always tried to hold every year before the pandemic restrictions.
Well, how often does your club meet for direct service or just regular meetings?
Usually we'll have general meetings every 2 weeks for most of the year, but during Zombie Run, it was typically we'd meet Mondays after school so that we could plan for those. So that's usually between August and October in the past. But other than that, usually every 2 weeks, Monday lunch.
It seems like...
Sorry. That also depends on things like, for example, for G Caroling and like the November trip, we do meet like maybe weekly for those, but those aren't usually for the entire club. It's just for those who volunteer to be involved in those activities. So it really depends on the event/activity that's going on at the time and the amount of work that needs to be put into it for that time.
Well, it seems like the Zombie Run for GK is GK's signature event and it's huge, right? But are there any events that GK hosts in the second semester as well?
Yeah, so like I said earlier, we have the Tri-Filipino Week, and we just started that this year. We're hoping to make it an annual thing as well, where we collaborate with Wish for Kids and Stairway to kind of bring Filipino culture into the SAS community. So it's more of, I think Zombie Run, we would say, is more of like a fundraiser, and then this one is more for advocacy.
Cool.
I've also always thought of the first semester for GK as kind of like the thing where we just basically, do what works, like the Zombie Run, the trip, G Caroling, and then second semester is like where we decide to experiment, try new things. So like last year was the first year we did Tri-Filipino Week. The year before that was G Coffee. The year before that was the Bayanihan Bash. So it's kind of the thing. It's not, the second semester is like where we do new things. We don't always like do the same thing every year.
Another thing we're working on is obviously keeping and developing also our relationship with the villagers. So at the moment, education in the village is not as secured as we'd want it to be because of COVID and the fact that they won't be going back to school until a vaccine is set. And so right at the moment, we're trying to secure Wi-Fi in the village and hopefully implement some technology so that they can take online school and just really make sure that we're looking towards their needs. And also last year, at the end of the year, we planted some gardens. So we gave the funds for gardens in the village. So we're definitely looking to keeping that up so that they have a sustainable source of food regardless of lockdowns.
Cool. Well, it seems like you guys have a lot of cool plans and events planned out for both the first and second semester. But given the social restrictions due to COVID this year, what plans does GK have to compensate for that? What services are you guys going to carry out regardless of the social restrictions due to COVID?
One of the strengths, I think, of our club was we were really able to shift laterally last year, especially in the last few months of school. So we took to online fundraisers through the form of like the Instagram bingos, and we raised money through that way. So I think this is really going to be a time for us to think creatively. So obviously, if we can even have the zombie run later on the year, that's something we would love to do. But if not, we are thinking of taking what other things that have worked. So G Caroling, we usually do make a good amount of money from that. So we're hoping to see if we can bring G concerts online, or just other forms of fundraising to connect with the audience, to promote Filipino culture, and to also do what we love.
That sounds great. Well, then as a question, do you guys have any member recruitment requirements? As in, if I want to join GK, do I need to do anything or do I need to know anything?
There's really no requirement other than like a passion and interest for the club and the cause. You can come in having previous experience with GK from middle school or other service clubs, or you can come in having this be like your first service club and your first experience with service. There really isn't a requirement. We just want anyone who's interested and passionate to join the club. It's a safe space and welcome space for everyone.
That's awesome. Well, last questions for you guys, and any of you guys feel free to take this. What is your favorite memory with GK this past year?
Oh, well, definitely the Thanksgiving trip, like the November trip. It's a very short trip, but it's easily memorable because like everyone just bonds so fast. Like not just with the kids at GK, but with the kids on the trip. It's just like a really fun trip because just you get to know everyone in the club pretty early.
Yeah, and I'd say like even before, even before the trip, like with the zombie run, I feel like you can really see everybody in action, like in the moments preparing for it, but also on the actual day. And it's so inspiring to see everybody and like all the zombies and all the runners and everybody working for it.
Yep, that sounds great.
All right, you ready? Very good.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Hold on.